Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Liam and Hope's surprise for Beth? Steffy's furious warning for Bill. According to spoilers for the upcoming week of The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy Forrester Finnegan might be warning Bill Spencer in a furious manner. Here's what B&B fans can anticipate from Liam Spencer and Hope Logan's upcoming surprise for Beth Spencer. To begin with, Steffy could want to confront Bill and clarify some issues. Steffy might criticize Bill for allowing Luna Nozawa to be released from prison in the first place, and express some empathy for the targeted Will Spencer. Even if Luna planned an attack while incarcerated, Steffy won't fall for her ruse and might even tell Bill that he shouldn't be influenced by it. Bill might reassure Steffy that he won't be duped by Luna this time, and that he doesn't intend to pull ties to have her released. He might be persuaded to give Sheila Sharp another chance. As for Deacon Sharp, although Deacon is having trouble trusting Sheila once more, it is clear that he still has feelings for her. We are aware that Sheila and Deacon will eventually spend Thanksgiving together, so perhaps Taylor Hayes' counsel to follow his heart will bring him back to his wife, at least temporarily. Meanwhile, the bond between Electra Forrester and Deke Sharp will grow. As Deke assists Hope for the future in getting ready for a fashion display, Electra can compliment his designs and Deke might listen to her concerns about Will. Naturally, that might also result in Electra talking about the deepfake scandal and how a friend deceived her. Even though Electra doesn't mention Remy Price by name, she may at least tell Deke about her traumatic experience and make him angry with the person who wronged her. If Deke gives updates on his developing relationship with Electra and gripes about everything she's been through, Remy can eventually find himself in a panic. Hope will be thrilled about the preparations for the fashion show, but she will also find time for her personal life. Hope and Liam are about to give in to their reunion, which might result in a party and some exploding passion. When Liam and Hope reveal they're dating again, Beth will be pleasantly surprised. Since Beth will likely soon be organizing her parents' upcoming wedding, Hope and Liam might acknowledge that they support the arrangement. Daphne Rose Muriel Hilaire will do her part to assist Carter Walton Lawrence St. Victor, who will have to figure out how to move forward without Hope. Although Daphne and Carter are developing a relationship of their own, a face from her past might eventually result in some shocking news. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, the upcoming week will be filled with significant mysteries and love surprises, so keep an eye out. Is Luna going to have a scary Halloween escape? Halloween is quickly approaching on The Bold and the Beautiful, a CBS soap opera that often incorporates the enjoyable holiday into its plots. There is almost always a Halloween party, which would pave the way for pregnant Luna Nozawa to return in disguise. Will this year's Halloween on the CBS soap opera become a bloodbath? Below are spoilers for what will happen on The Bold and the Beautiful later this month. Luna Nozawa is currently pregnant while incarcerated, but she is hopeful that her baby daddy, Will Spencer Jr., and his family will come before she needs to give birth. $1 Luna had already been pardoned by Bill Spencer, but the allegations were much more serious and she wasn't pregnant. Bill Spencer shouldn't have any trouble getting pregnant if and when he chooses to go get Luna out of prison. The Il Giardino killer may be granted bail. In fact, she hasn't even seen a judge yet. Since Luna didn't really kill anyone this time, her sentence might be much lighter. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, TPTB has some fun surprises planned for the week of October 31st. It's ironic that Luna got pregnant by Will Spencer by using a costume party. The pregnant murderer might use masks and costumes to hide her identity if she is released from prison before Halloween. Due to her devilish nature, Luna Nozawa has little chance of remaining incarcerated. This time, she also receives a complimentary pregnancy bump pass. According to B&B spoilers, viewers won't want to miss any of the CBS serial opera's Halloween festivities. Is that due to Luna's return to the streets? Long-term goals of Poppy and Luna. Is adoption in danger? According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Penelope Poppy Nozawa has detested her daughter since the frame job. Nevertheless, the woman grinned and complimented Luna Nozawa on having a billionaire's child. I must thus question whether Poppy and Luna have always been playing the long game. Let's discuss what might happen next in this plot while you continue reading. In the end, Luna found herself cornered once more. A pregnancy test dropped out of her purse this time, Everyone is aware that Will Spencer is the father of Luna's child, now that Bridget Forrester has completed a paternity test. The girl now believed that this would ensure her a permanent release from prison. When Deputy Chief Bradley Baker arrived to take her back to prison, she was really taken aback. Poppy found out that her daughter was still alive and expecting in the episode. Due to the double frame job, Poppy has once again pretended to despise Luna. But Poppy grinned and congratulated her daughter, who was now alive, when she visited her in prison. Poppy nearly appeared proud of Luna, but she cautioned that Bill wouldn't save her again. Not as horrified or disgusted as she ought to be. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Poppy and Luna may not have ever harbored animosity toward one another. Perhaps they have been playing a long and patient game together all this time. Of course, Poppy might also utilize the baby to achieve her own goals in life. Fans are aware that Luna could be apprehended, but she usually finds a new strategy quickly. In prison, Luna is unable to raise a child. She will therefore most likely be imprisoned and give birth in a prison ward. The infant will then be taken. As the baby's mother, Luna does, however, still retain certain rights, such as the ability to decide whether or not to approve of a certain adoption. In theory, those rights continue until custody is relinquished. I must thus question if Poppy and Luna will cooperate to achieve their shared goals. Perhaps Poppy suggests that Luna will only sign the kid away if she actually has the child? Even though Bill believes this adoption will go well, Poppy might have some surprises in store, so keep an eye out. Do you believe that you know Bill? You don't, Steffy told Luna, adding that the baby had only turned her into a predator and not a Spencer. Steffy did not, however, go so far as to refer to what Luna did to Will as rape. How come this show will readily acknowledge that she is a murderer but not a rapist? Odd. Will worried at the Spencer estate that Elektra was being asked to do too much in the Luna scenario. However, Bill reassured him that the Luna situation would end after 9 months, at which time she would not communicate with Will or the child at all. The businessman went on to say that he had been speaking with an attorney, and was certain that the custody dispute will be resolved. Could he have further jinxed himself with those words? How enticing fate is. Will and Katie reviewed everything that had transpired to ruin Bill's relationship with Elektra after he left. Katie somehow used the pretzel reasoning to forgive her ex-husband for falling for Luna's scam. He feels really bad, Katie said. He won't allow her to brainwash him once more. Is it foreshadowing? You're right. Luna was shocked to see that she had yet another visitor after Steffy left the prison. Bill. Is it only you? She inquired. Yes, she truly believed Will would have visited her, which is why she is so delulu. As though. Bill, who sounded like the dollar bill of old, sternly clarified that Luna and his family had no relationship because of her pregnancy. He went on to say that he was actually planning to remove it from her as soon as the baby was born. He grumbled and said, "The biggest mistake of my life was seeing any glimmer of redemption in you. I ought to have let you rot in here." Nor was Bill finished yet. He would now use the same power he had used to secure Luna's release to make sure she never stopped pressing license plates. What did she say? The aforementioned sad face emoji in Luna form. When Ridge and Taylor stormed into the Cliff home in search of Steffy, Finn informed them that their daughter had gone straight to jail to face Luna. As they waited for Steffy to get home, her parents and husband talked about how she had responded to the news of Luna, and how understanding she had been that no one had told her about the shock she would be experiencing upon returning home. When Steffy returned, she was remarkably indifferent to the news that her father had divorced her mother while she was away and had immediately remarried Brooke. That is, initially. Steffy did voice her disappointment shortly after, but she did so in far kinder terms than we would have hoped or anticipated. Dad gets away with a lot of bleep. Steffy reiterated at the end of the program that her spouse is attractive, and he said he had missed her a lot. Now that you're back, that's all that matters, he added, grinning. Regarding Luna, she's in prison, and she won't hurt you ever again. Finn, oh, famous last words. Bill assured Katie and Will that that vile creature hadn't affected him when he returned home to his mansion. He even laughed that Luna had believed that calling her a grandchild would be as effective as writing "Open Sesame" on the doors of her detention cell. At last, Luna's prison companion laughed that her sugar daddy hadn't come to her aid this time. Luna said, "I need you to do it again," which translates to beat her up. Luna hurried to add, "Just not the stomach." Her cellmate was more than willing to comply. Is Taylor or the Deacon the target of Sheila's spiral? Spoilers for the bold and the beautiful reveal that Sheila Carter Sharp fears her marriage is in jeopardy. She is resolved to put things right and acknowledges that Deacon Sharp ought to have realized Luna Nozawa was still alive. Sheila wants to keep her marriage intact. Her first reaction was to commend Deacon for making the decision to get mental health care, and she gave Taylor Hayes credit for being a wise, qualified option to support that decision. But following her husband to the reputable doctor's office wasn't typical, and it confirmed that Sheila threatens people when she feels threatened. Deacon is on the verge of flirting with Taylor while attempting to remain proactive. The previous enmity over Brooke Logan also contributes to the Ridge Forrester retribution element. When they first met, Deacon saved Sheila. An honest evaluation of their marriage, however, would indicate that, as some marriages do, both partners have contributed to each other's stabilization. He told Sheila that he's reaching his breaking point and opened himself to Taylor. For Deacon, at least, it was too much to keep Luna's presence a secret from him. Sheila was aware of Deacon's strong bond with Tom Starr and Paul Hollis Hollister. Paul was an important friend and co-worker at Il Giardino. When Sugar was keeping Sheila hostage, Tom led Deacon and John Finnegan to her, and he became a treasured friend. Sheila may therefore relate to her husband's disappointment. She is making a valiant effort to change Deacon's viewpoint and prevent a permanent breakup. It makes sense that Sheila could advise her spouse to go married therapy. Given that he sought out psychiatric sessions on his own, Deacon might be amenable to couples therapy. But it's obvious that Deacon needs time apart from Sheila in order to collect his thoughts and come to a well-rounded conclusion on the future. Taylor could provide a reference, but she shouldn't conduct such sessions herself. If Sheila extends this offer and Deacon accepts, there is more hope for this endearing couple. However, there is likely to be a growing rift if she does or does not make it and he rejects it. Taylor had already been cautioned by Sheila. She will not let anything or anyone stand in her way of Deacon. After marrying Deacon, Brown's character was able to live the kind of life she had always dreamed of. Instead of continually bringing up fictitious and inflated complaints, Sheila concentrated on Deacon's love and his faith in her. Sheila saw Taylor accept Deacon, which makes her an easy target for followers to think about. However, if Sheila feels their marriage is gone or seems to be moving in that direction, Cannon's character may find himself the target of her ire, either intentionally or inadvertently.